Good afternoon, dear listeners, students, and colleagues. Please welcome to the third webinar held by Arıkat University Department of Industrial Design in the spring semester of 2022. I am Assistant Professor Dr. Emre Günal, Head of the Department, and I will be the moderator of today's webinar. When it comes to introducing our guest, she is a very special person. Her name is Gamze Güven, and I am honored to introduce her to you. Miss Güven, hi, how are you? Please welcome.
Thank you very much.
How are you? Welcome to Cyprus. Welcome to Kyrenia. Now the arena is yours, please.
Thank you very much. I missed you so much. As a good friend of mine from Middle East Technical University, we were very good friends. Probably it's our 30th year or maybe more that we met each other. Okay, today I would like to introduce some of our designs and our philosophy of design, how we approach to design projects. We can start to our presentation. My company name is design based in English, but it's in Turkish Tasarımı, and we're especially working on packaging designs and product designs and food design. Okay, today I'll talk more about packaging design. I'm graduated from Middle East Technical University in 1987. And I had my master's degree in 1999 in Faculty of Architecture of Middle East Technical University. And I started to work as a freelance designer, but 3 years also I worked as an assistant in my department because I like the design education. Also, I'm still a part-time instructor in Özyeğin University. Before, I also worked in Middle East Technical University in Bilkent, in Bilgi University, and in Istanbul Technical University also as part-time instructor, still continuing. Also, as a board member of Industrial Designers Society of Turkey, I worked for several years, and now we're also fighting for the industrial design profession rights in the Chamber of Architects, Chamber of Architecture, because as designers we can be a member of Chamber of Chamber of Architects, because we don't have our chamber, but we have the opportunity to be a member of the most closest profession. So I invite all our graduates to be a member of the Chamber of Architects as an industrial designer, because we are fighting for our professional rights in a chamber. The possibilities that the societies can do is limited, so it's important for the professional rights. So since 1990, I'm working as a professional designer, and I have my own company called Tasarımı Limited Company, and it's founded in 1997. And since then, we're working for several local and global companies. Especially, we're expertised in packaging design for FMCG, that is fast-moving consumer market. So today I will show you some examples for our packaging design and food design, especially we designed for this sector, for FMCG sector. We have some awards that motivates us, but more motivation is apart from awards. I think more motivation is the quantity of the sale increase together with the design that we can do. Okay, next please. As I told you, we're more working on three-dimensional structural packaging design, branding, the logo and the packaging graphics also, because after years, our customers wanted us to also do the graphic design of the packaging. Although it's another profession, we also realized that it's not easy to differentiate. Two different companies can work together, but it's not very easy. And we also now worked with graphic designers, and some of our industrial designers expertise in graphic design too. So we're doing both of the packaging. But apart from packaging, we don't do any graphic design, as it's not. It's united. It's important for us. They should complete each other. They should support each other, the graphic design and the structural design of the packaging. So apart from this service, we give also sample production and prototype production, and we also control the sample production. And we also sometimes, if our customers want, we provide contacts for the packaging producer companies. And also we give consultancy for innovation in products, systems, and services, as you all know, because the definition of our profession is a little changed. Okay, next, please. These are some of the awards that we got in the past 3-4 years. Okay.
World Packaging Organizations, Crescent and Stars of Packaging, Design Turkeys, Red Dot Design Awards.
Okay.
John, you are very welcome.
Thank you. Okay, next, please. So, as I told you, the definition of our profession is a little changed. So I like this definition, so I would like to read it. Industrial design bridges the gap between what is and what's possible. It's a transdisciplinary profession that harnesses creativity to resolve problems and to co-create solutions with the intent of making a product, system, service, experience, or a business better. At its heart, industrial design provides a more optimistic way of looking at the future by reframing problems as opportunities. It links innovation, technology, research, business, and customers to provide new value and competitive advantage across economic, social, and environmental spheres. This is a very big agenda. It's not so easy to do everything, of course, but we are trying to do our best. Sometimes we're making some mistakes, and we learn lots of things from the mistakes too. But we try to do good partnership. We try to make good partnership with our customers. Okay. Next, please. So today I will show some of our packaging designs, but apart from that, I would like to give an information that we are feeling responsible also for the plastic packaging designs. And this is a real big problem for me, especially. And so I'm questioning and searching for alternative systems, services, and materials in circular economy. As you all know, apart from linear economy, now everybody is discussing about circular economy. And plastic pollution and climate change and that kind of environmental problems is also big problems of designers. And as a packaging designer, I'm also questioning the materials that we are using and the production techniques that we're offering. Although it's not so easy to change some materials, some production techniques, because of the economy and the price, costs, and so on, we're trying to search and convince our customers and also the packaging producers. And this is a struggle always. We're trying to do. Sometimes we're not very, we cannot do what we want, but we're still struggling. So at the 29th General Assembly of World Design Organization in Gwangju, South Korea, the Professional Practice Committee unveiled a renewed definition of industrial design as follows. Industrial design is a strategic problem-solving process that drives innovation, builds business success, and leads to a better quality of life through innovative products, systems, services, and experiences. Okay, next please. So by considering this, sometimes we're only giving a form, sometimes we're increasing sales, sometimes we're changing the mentality, but in these alternative products that I'll show you, the designs, sometimes we manage, sometimes we cannot. But since 3 years, I'm searching for alternative solutions as materials and production techniques. Okay. After such an introduction, I would like to show you some of our designs. Yeah, this is our glass bottle design that two important organizers organized a bottle for olive oil that will be exported to abroad as Turkish olive oil, because instead of unbottled export, they wanted a unique bottle for olive oil, Turkish olive oil, and it was a competition between 4 designers. The 4 designers presented 7 designs, and our design, this bottle, has been selected for the production of Paşabahçe Şişe Cam. And this was in the market for 8 years, 9 years. And many companies used this while exporting their products. And one of them was a boutique, unique, small manufacturing company called Asst Farm. They used also, and we made also the decoration and the graphics of that, of their packaging. Okay, next please. After this glass bottle, the company Komili, which is owned later by Gıda, they wanted us to design an iconic shape also for their olive oil brand Komili, because this is the market leader. And we designed first the PET bottle, but we tried to give the appearance as the value of we know the value and we know the history. I searched for the history of olive oil, which is almost maybe 8,000 years in Anatolia, and we tried to give the shape, the form, expressing the quality of the olive oil, the value of olive oil. So the engravings at the sides of the bottle is creating a light in which it gives preciousness to the product, and also as if there is a little olive branch inside the bottle. We tried to create that kind of an effect. So it's still in the market. And after PET bottle, and next please, we also did the 3 size. And there's an interesting anecdote also. I designed the 2-liter bottle also, and after finishing and after I sent all the data, I started to my summer holiday. But in 2 days later, a phone called me, and the producer of the bottle producer called me and said, "Sorry, but we have given the wrong dimensions to you as the maximum dimensions. You have to narrow the bottle for 1.5 centimeters." I said, "How? It's not possible, because if I narrow the front side, I cannot also increase the height. I have to increase the width. But if I increase the width, it's very difficult for a woman to hold and to pour." So we tried so many things, and at the end, in the front facade, there's an engraving, and which helps people to hold and pour easily and without falling down. Okay. So after this, we also designed the glass bottle, which is almost the same, but with a narrow and long neck for glass version. And yes, next please. We made the 6 alternative graphic design also of the variants. Okay, and later another olive oil company, which is a boutique producer, Regnum, wanted us to design in 2018. As you know, the sunlight affects the olive oil, so they prefer to make dark colors for the glass. And this is a black bottle. Can we go back for Regnum? Okay. But from the sides we have some openings, and we can see the color of the olive oil from like olive branches. So this is Regnum with the hot foil printing on it. So in this case, for example, we found a producer and also for the decoration. So we presented all the production, we controlled all the production to the customer too. Now, this Yeni Rakı is the milestone of my career, because before Yeni Rakı in 2000, before 2005, 2004, I was designing lots of products for different sectors. For example, we designed office furniture, home furniture, some accessories for houses, some street furniture, kitchen utensils, desktop products, exercise units, that lots of things, different kind of product designs. But in 2004, when Tekel, the monopoly of the alcoholic beverages, has been bought by Meichki, they opened a competition to designers for the generic brand Yeni Rakı. And we also being invited by five designers invited, and 50 designs have been presented. And from these 50 designs, they have selected 10 designs, and they entered to the consumer, how to say, qualitative research for consumers. So from that consumer research and from qualitative and quantitative research, our bottle, this bottle is selected. And this is the milestone, because after this packaging, this was my first packaging design actually. And after this, we started to more concentrate on packaging design, and still 80% of our designs, of our work is packaging. Okay. This is the biggest of the family. Actually, we have 5 sizes. This is the 6th size. They are still in the market. And in this design, can you pass another one? Next, please. Oh, no, we can go back. Okay. Because I thought I have put all the sizes, but I didn't. Even we can go to the previous one. This is the first one, the standard size. Yes. The branding has been changed later, but we designed the shape, not the branding. And in that shape, in that form, actually, I've searched for the history of Raki, which is 500 years of. It's a product of Mediterranean, and in all Mediterranean countries, they have some similar products, distilled beverages, having anise in it. But none of them were having a unique characteristic bottle. So we searched for a unique characteristic bottle, an iconic bottle for Raki. And I'm happy that after so many years, when we entered to the consumer researchers, they were saying that the bottle of the Raki should be like Yeni Rakı. So I'm happy that we created that norm, that unique norm. Okay. So after Yeni Rakı, we designed several other brands for Raki. One of them was Altenbaş. In that one, we didn't design the bottle, but they wanted us to make the brand much younger. So they said, even you can change the logo. And I said, no, we cannot change the logo, because the logo is very characteristic, very unique. Even I will make that logo more powerful. So we proposed them a black Raki bottle, because it was 50 degrees strong Raki. Alcoholic degree was 50, although it was easy to drink because of the fresh grapes. And they said, we cannot sell black Raki bottle. I said, okay, I have some alternatives, but please enter to the consumer research also with the black bottle. And this one was the winner of the consumer research, so they entered with that black bottle, and it created a kind of norm too, because the competitors also started to make some black versions. Okay. Another product from HQ was Istanbul, and we made, as the name, the brand was Istanbul. The characteristic point of Istanbul was the Bosphorus. So we decided to make some engravement on the bottle as a crack, the Bosphorus. But the branding is not belonging to us. The branding is made by an English Pearl Fisher company. Okay, this got a red dot award. Later, they wanted us to design, even we designed the Tekirdağ rakı bottle, and later they wanted us, this is not chronological, sorry, they wanted us to design the number 10, the most ultra premium version of raki. So in order to make an ultra premium one, we searched for the luxury concept in this geography, in this culture. So as it was a legend made from, this product was made from number 10 copper distillery unit. So we made a copper decoration, real copper decoration on the neck and on the bottom. And also the printing is copper. This got also some prizes. Okay, we can go. Yeah, this is the Tekirdağ. In fact, first we designed this one, later number 10. Tekirdağ, in that one, this was having the same neck shape that we tried to create for rakı norm. But in Yeni Rakı, it was having a narrow belly, which is important for us to hold, to have that kind of a tactile perception, to create a sense of ownership. And in fact, we designed the Yeni Rakı bottle as if it's the wide shoulders, a strong man which knows how to behave while drinking raki and so on. So we try to continue this characteristic, and by holding the bottle and having that kind of sense of perception, it was important for us. But the company and their agency wanted us to have flat surface, to have label and to printing. So this got have that kind of a identity. Okay. Another product in the same sector of alcoholic beverages was Bimbo Vodka, and Bimbo Vodka was having a very characteristic emblem, and we engraved that emblem to the bottle, and which was easy to hold for a barman to make some shows and so on. And also we designed the bottle, the glass, the vodka glass. Okay, this is the pink version. We can pass next. Later they wanted us to change the identity, and we also searched for the characteristic aspects of Bimbo, because it was the time that Yaşar Kemal's novel, which won some prizes, Bimbo'lar Efsanesi, was very. It was the same year that this vodka has entered by Tekel to the market, and Yaşar Kemal has got the prize. So I read that novel, and it was about the nomadic people living in Toros in Çukurova, and there was a mountain called Bimbo, and there was a legend called Bimbo Efsanesi. So it was the nomadic culture, and there was a ball symbol, and it's an ethnical ball symbol. So we tried to create our ethnical ball, and this is a back printing by silkscreen printing to the bottle. Okay. Later, they wanted us to design a bottle for İzmir Rakı, and this is the version of chewing gum, but gum. What was the name of the tree? Sakız ağacı, gum tree, I think. Okay, so I searched for the history of it, and the quality of that gum, and we tried to create the decoration and give effect on the taste of a gum, how it mastica is the right name, so mastic tree, and we tried to give that taste to the decoration and to the design of the product. Yes, next please. And the bottle is the same with Izmir rakısı. That the bottle we designed also the labels, and the characteristic point of Izmir is the seagull. So as an engravement, we put the seagull engravement at the top, and they wanted us to design with labels. So the location of the label, which is fitting with the glass bottle design, was important for us, and it was easy to still hold, and as a stopper at the top part, in order to get that kind of sense of possession, it was important for us. So this is another design. Yes, we can. Yes, this is the other version of Izmir Göbek. Next, please. And Müzeyyen, it was the limited edition of Yeni Rakı. Can we go back? For Müzeyyen, this is a limited edition. It was the Müzeyyen Sener's 100 years of birth. So because of this, as she gives so much effort for this culture, for her voice, this is a limited edition of Müzeyyen. Yes. Next, please. This is a city series of Adana, Izmir, and which one was that? Izmir, Adana, and Antalya. So from that point of view, they tried to create that kind of a limited edition. Yes. Next, please. And this is a taste of Turkey. This is for the third airport in Istanbul, just for duty-free version. This is a gold decoration version of glass, which we fit the handcrafts of gold decoration we call Beykoz işi, together with a series product item. This is a touristic item, so we combined the Rakı culture together with the glass decoration culture. Next, please. This is a sunflower oil design, a PET bottle design we designed for Aves, Safiye brand, and there are engravings of sunflowers at the sides in order to give strength to the PET bottle. Next, please. Another design we made for honey brand Balkovan. We searched for the old culture and in the Mediterranean region, especially from Kirit, from Knossos, we found that very old honey barrels, not barrels, especially they are made from clay. So their form gave some inspiration in order to make a new item for jar for Balkovan. And this is a series of glass and PET versions. Next, please. We also designed the logo. And they also wanted us to design the 2-liter for Horeca channel from the same character. Another item, very old from our cultural point of view, is ayran, that is yogurt drink. We designed a special polyethylene bottle for your son, which gives the impression of as if because it's the location of the factory is in Susurluk, and in Susurluk it's characteristic with the different ayran culture because they, how to say, yayık, I don't know in English. So this buttermilk, they hit like this with the wooden stick of such kind of a yayık. So we try to give an impression of that in order to show that this is a different taste and different production technique of that brand. Yes, next please. This was also another competition between designers. OPET invited so many designers for characteristic structural packaging design, and we designed 9 sizes of it, and our design has been won from that competition. The labels are not our designs, but the structural packaging is belonging to us. So in that one, we think of easy carrying and easy pouring, because for large trucks and for large cars, not cars, but for trucks, it's very difficult to pour for a long distance, but from the second handle, it's much easier to pour. So according to that ergonomic, and in order to give the impression of speed and performance, because in the brief that the company wanted given to us, it was very important to show, to give an impression of performance and speed. So by making this design, we try to give that impression as if the packaging is ready to run, with the shape and with the form, with the geometry. We try to give that impression. And also we try to give the impression as if it's a part of the machine, of the motor. Okay. Juice is by Lemonade and Ice Drink. This is a brand. This is a Turkish brand, local brand, and they wanted us to design the PET bottle and the label. We designed the PET bottle as if at the top part there is the engravement of the fruit flower. Yes, we can pass. Next, please. But also in the glass version, as if there is a flower, fruit flower is at the bottom engraved to the form of the bottle. This is the fruit juice versions of glass. Next, please. The same company was also producing a malt drink. And in this malt drink, we designed the bottle, also the labels. And we also entered to the scene as if in order to communicate with the customers, we created some kind of challenges, and we created a competition, and we have printed on the labels that in order to invite them to the competition for challenge, we wanted them to take some creative pictures and videos together with Malton while drinking and send to the customer, and the best will be awarded. And it worked. It was our first try for that kind of competition and communication. Also, we did the same thing for Sarıyer Gazoz. At the back side of the label, we designed both the glass bottle, which is a kind of how to say, strange bottle. It's not symmetric. It's as if it's completely cut down from randomly and combine all the shapes together, but not in a perfect form, randomly. So with that kind of different design, we also created a communication thing with the customers, as if they were filling the blanks of the label at the back side and trying to create the best and most funny sentence. It was a competition also that we designed. Next, please. We're also wanting to give a design service to international companies, and one of them was for Kazakhstan market. We designed for Coca-Cola, and this is for Fusti. We designed the PET bottle, as if again there is the fruit leaves at the top of the bottle from different direction. Combining for the iced tea. This is the iced tea, not fruit, sorry. This is the tea leaves from the top of the bottle coming down. Pursu wanted us to design a unique water bottle. First, we created some bottle designs also with we proposed, as all water molecules and snow molecules are different from each other, but all having some hexagonal shapes, but not all the same with each other. We tried to give that impression, and different snowflake shapes we wanted them to use on the bottle, either on the label or on the bottle. The bottle design is not belonging to us, but the idea of this snowflakes is belonging to us. The bottle design is made by Gürallarca. But we designed, as the water coming from Uludağ region, this water is also giving life to the flowers, which are even unique flowers to that region. And they are giving life to these flowers, which are living in Uludağ region. So we tried to give that impression, which is a very valuable, good water coming from that region. 6 different types of flowers are being presented with their names, and we made the illustration of these flowers by our illustrator. She did. Okay, some of our graphic designs, just not structural, but packaging designs, yes. In Pursu, we also designed in PET bottle. We didn't design the PET bottle, but the labels, as it's colorful world, we also try to give on that kind of label with the sunset in different colors. Every tone of color is present in sunset, yes. We also designed the labels of Hamidiye. We changed the logo a little bit more modernized, and we, on the label at the back of the Hamidiye water, their slogan was the value of Istanbul, and we tried to show in the illustrations at the back the cultural and historical monuments related with water, and there we defined these old fountains and some aqueducts and so on. Next, please. And also on the glasses, PET glasses, we presented these illustrations also. Next, please. In the Old Bazaar, they wanted, they were willing to sell to tourists the Turkish delight, and we designed the metal and paper packaging in order to show the value, the quality of the product by engravements and metallic effects on the metal. This is a very special product being collected from either Toros Mountains or in Kaz Mountains, Ida Mountains, by hand. They were collecting by hand in order to give the impression that it's really natural without any protective things. They wanted us to use a standard jar. We designed the wooden laser burnt logo at the top, and with the crafts label, we tried to give that natural product identity. This is an apple tea packaging design, paper packaging design. We tried, it was a touristic product also. They were liking the taste. So we tried to give the impression with basic illustrations. This is a small company selling this nuts and that kind of stuff from online, and they wanted us to design a unique one flow pack design, and we designed also the logo, Kuruyemiş Online, and they put different kind of products in it, and they sell just in online. This was another competition that we entered. FS invited us for a limited edition product for special for spring. For the characteristic unique bottle, they wanted us to design a sleeve, and in that competition they have selected our design. We also, there was another brand, next one, sub brand. This is Unfiltered. They wanted also to design the unfiltered version of FS. We also designed the logo and the branding. Next. Later, we worked for different brands of Efes. They wanted us to design also for malt version of Efes, and we also found they all wanted us to find the name, and we designed the logo. But later they changed this. But still, I like this because it was very young generation kind of thing. Also, we designed for draft beer bottles. Now they are not in the market because they changed later with the global design company, advertisement company. They changed the design of the Efes brand, and these products were in the market for 4 or 5 years maybe, but later they changed. Yeah, this is the draft beer version. For Bahçıvan, we designed the sleeve of the product for mini mozzarella, and we also, as it's a very practical thing, next to it, we also designed the fork. Next, this one with the brand on it, so it's easy to eat from the cup. We designed the IML labeling of Bahçıvan for white cheese. We designed the labels of Calve for ketchup and mayonnaise and mustard. For Unilever, we designed the ice cream packaging of IML labeling. Yeah, this is interesting because 3 young ladies having small children wanted us to create a world for healthy, not junk food, but healthy food for kids. And they said that they were buying from abroad because it was not present in Turkey, without any sugar, without any additives. They just wanted to design healthy foods for kids. So we proposed them to design a world of animals with a unique illustrations, and together with our illustrator, we characterized these animals because each animal was eating the ingredients that were inside the package. For example, mouse was eating the cheese cracker because it was eating cheese. The beer was liking honey, so there were honey cookies was together with the beer, that kind of things. And or the rabbit was eating carrot bar, or sincap, I don't know in the English name, the nut, for the nut, eating nut animal. So we tried to create that kind of a world which is lovely for kids, and even we sometimes criticize the taste of the products, because in the beginning they were working together with an engineer, food engineer, but it was not tasty. I said, come on, the kids will not like this, and there should be more sweet in it. Okay, you don't use sugar, but mix with some other products. And they added some natural things to make it much sweeter, and it's in the market. Yeah, we can go next. This is a detergent we designed for Unilever. It's selling in BIM markets. Next, please. This one also for the BIM markets, Unilever products. Favori wanted us to design the IML labeling for, they were having maybe close to 70, 80 products, which in the stores, the selling people were mixing. I mean, sometimes they were giving wrong products to the consumers. So they wanted us to make a real important color coding for different types of products. And we designed that kind of, we make a system which in order not to make confusion, we tried to do our best. Next one. Şölen wanted us to design the packaging of Istanbul collection. So I mean, this is a very different, the chocolates were, by using 3 colors, they were giving some engravements of the Istanbul monumental items. This is the packaging we designed. Yes, next please. We also made the white version of Istanbul collection. Next please. And they wanted us to design Octavia packaging, clear packaging we designed especially for Bayram products. Next please. And cartoon packaging we designed for Madeleine, paper packaging, Madeleine chocolates. And we designed carte d'or pudding series and crème chantilly. Okay, so actually I want to make it much more interactive. Sorry for such a long presentation. But now I want to discuss before starting to other food designs and some other product designs. I would like to ask, should packaging be designed or should design be packed? I like that kind of asking questions because can we show the next slide, please? Because as designers, we should think about new plastic economy and the future of packaging industry too. As in the introduction, I told you, I'm always also questioning this. So I can get some questions up till now. Is there any question written? I cannot see, Emre.
No, not yet.
Okay, so actually they can cut the presentation and ask whatever they want. I don't know how many people we are, how many students are listening.
Up to now, 5 students asked questions. Mainly, they found Pursu bottle amazing, and they have a lot of questions about those bottle designs. So maybe it is better to continue your slides and let's take the questions after the presentation.
Okay. Do you have any question?
No. I have not.
Okay, so I'm continuing. So I've talked about the new plastic economy. So I'll read a little bit because this is the definition of Ellen MacArthur Foundation, which is this foundation is very much involved in this new plastic economy and circular economy. So a circular economy for plastic in which it never becomes waste. They say that plastic should be much more valuable. Plastics are fundamental to our everyday life, yet they are one of the most wasteful examples of our existing linear take, make, dispose economy. With 8 million tons of plastic entering the ocean each year. As you know, Coca-Cola is collecting their plastic bottles from the ocean. I hope they can collect, but probably it's very, very few that they can collect because most of them are being eaten by the fish. They find lots of microplastics in the stomach of the fishes, you know. And even, I'm so sorry that in the blood and in the lungs of people, they have found microplastics.
Unfortunately.
So this is a real big problem. So plastics are fundamental to our, yes, I read this one. Yet they are one of the most wasteful examples of our existing linear economy. We urgently need to rethink the way we make, use, and reuse plastics. Catalyzing change through collaboration in this global material flow will not only create a more effective plastics system, but will also demonstrate the potential for a wider shift from a linear to a circular economy, an economy in which plastics never become waste. I hope it's not so easy. As you know, Turkey is importing plastic waste, especially from England. So this is a real big problem.
Exactly.
Because we cannot collect our plastic waste plastic packages cleanly, in a clean manner. We cannot recycle them. We can recycle them by mechanical, but not chemical processes. By chemical recycling is just starting in Turkey yet. Okay, there are some people from the waste areas collecting for us, but in a very bad situation. They are living and they're collecting not clean products, so they don't have much ability to separate the types of plastics. So all of them are mixed, so that makes it's not very valuable plastic anymore. But in Germany, they succeeded in it, and 99% recycled plastics are possible to be used, we know, because they are collecting in a clean manner from the houses, and this is a system. So as designers, we have to think about the system too, and the end life of the products we are designing. Okay, we can. So from that point of view, I have some decisions, and my decisions about what to do, it's not so easy. When you ask me whether I can do it, I can do very, very few of it, but I try. First of all, creating awareness in my environment with my personal identity. Yes, I'm trying to do this in a way. I'm telling to my customers, to packaging producers, to my friends, and to everybody around me. I'm trying to create that awareness. Second, by presenting new production and consumption models to customers with my professional identity. Yes, I'm trying to do a little bit, although I'm not so much successful in it. The third one is educating conscious students about sustainability and with my teacher identity. Yes, as a part-time instructor, I'm trying to do a little bit in my projects. Can you come back? Sorry. And the fourth one is cooperating between organizations and designers with my organizer identity. Yes, I have as a member of my society or the chamber and so on, I'm trying to cooperate that kind of organization. So, for example, with my friends from Middle East Technical University, you know them, with Pınar Öncel and Tuna Özçıhadar, we visited, for example, Istanbul waste area in the municipality, and we talked with the directors, managers there, in order to make them convince to create a bioplastic area, because they are collecting the waste of vegetables and fruits, that kind of how to say food waste, and they don't know what to do with that. They either hide and dig to the soil, or they burn most of the time. So this is a real big problem, and we propose them, let's work together with some engineers and create a laboratory environment here in order to create methane, because this waste creates methane. And from that methane, by some microorganisms, by some bacteria, we can produce bioplastic. This is PHA, which is very important bioplastic now. And this doesn't harm to the environment. It can enter to the water, to oceans. It can enter to the soil. It's completely compostable. So in the world, since 3 years, lots of companies are searching and paying attention and creating organizations and factories for producing this bioplastic PHA. But in Turkey, I want to buy, I want to use, but I cannot find that material. So I'm meeting with some important people that can do this, that can make research and start as a pilot project. A municipality can do it, or a private sector can do it. Now we have met with 4 companies and municipalities, and we are trying to do our best. We'll see. And my new, sorry, can we go back? And my new packaging design solutions will include, therefore, the refill systems. Sometimes I propose to my customers. This is very new, none of them have started yet, but automat solutions, because it's not necessary to buy the packaging all the time. Maybe it's possible that product to fill with your container from the automat. And the marketing environment and the market strategy and selling system can be transformed to automat solutions too, because there are some samples in the world. So we can start also in Turkey and in Cyprus. Maybe such kind of things can be much easier in Cyprus, because you can control everything. You can be the role model, Emre. Maybe Arukat can do. And the third one is 100% recycled plastic usage. I'm searching for that kind of products. 3 months ago, I've been in States, and I saw them in the market. Most of the water bottles are completely rPET, recycled PET, even in States. So we can do also in Turkey, I think. And alternative biodegradable material usage, as I told you, biodegradable material, especially PHA, I propose the best bioplastic. And service design instead of packed products. So maybe we don't need to buy everything by packaging. For example, there's a service system called Loop. We know we have Getir. Especially, I'm also willing to produce that kind of idea to Getir kind of fast delivery systems. For example, they can bring the product to us, to our house. We can get the product and leave the package. I mean, we can leave the package back to the bringing person. So maybe this can be discounted. So as a mentality, we have to force producers, delivery companies, and so on, that kind of stuff, as I believe. Next. Okay, now a few designs left, food design and some product design I can show you, and then I will get my questions from the students. I would like to. Okay, next one. We designed some illustrations to a German company, Ritzenhof. This company is working with lots of designers all over the world. They give the subject. For example, in this one, the subject was the culture of coffee, and I searched for the history of coffee, and I learned that the coffee has been found in Ethiopia by some goat shepherd who realized that the goats are eating a plant, and then they are becoming much more energetic and active. So he started to consume by boiling the coffee. And then people, Sufists in Yemen and in Yemen area especially, started to consume coffee in order to become awake during the zikir, how to say, yes, their celebrations, their ceremonies, in order to be awake. And later they started to consume in front of the mosques, and some Arabic tradesmen started to make trades of coffee during the reign of Sultan Süleyman, and they entered to Istanbul, and new coffee shops have been opened, and some seyyahs and started to bring the coffee culture to Europe. So this is also a 500 years culture. Next, please. This Ritzenhof designed some keychains from porcelain with the printing. Next, please. And this is the goat that has found the coffee. Ritzenhof was selling this coffee cup with the special box. So in the previous one also, the tradesman with the camels was carrying the coffee chual, but I didn't show it in the picture. So the nice thing is that Ritsenov wanted us to combine the box together with the cup. Next, please. Also, Starbucks wanted us to design the Turkish coffee cup together with the tray in order to make service. First, we designed interesting cups and decorations, but the global Starbucks center said that only our designers can design the cup. So they allowed us to make the shape, but without any graphic printing. They wanted us only to use if we want the engraving of the Starbucks logo, but they said you can design the plate. So we decided to make this funny coffee fortune telling by using some symbols, 9 or 10 symbols. By surprise, whenever you take your cup to your hand, you can see at the bottom of the plate, in the center of the plate, you can see as a surprise your fortune symbol. Yes. For food design, 13 years ago, Eti wanted us to design a chocolate form for tutku. They said tutku is, as you know, it's a cookie, but they have some special qualities like the mosaic decoration and the inside chocolate cream. But they have interesting, absurd advertisements in the television. So by considering this, we try to create a mosaic bitter and milk chocolate together in a very strange way, like the advertisements. So as it seems as if you cannot divide, but it's very easy actually. So it was in the market for a few years, for 3-4 years maybe, but later it's not in the market anymore. Okay, but later they wanted us to design for Bitter brand. They wanted to be in Bitter. They wanted to be very good. With their good quality, they want to be a leader, and we designed a unique chocolate design. I was also a bitter lover, so my problem was while eating, the classical tablets were very, very sharp-edged. So to my damağın İngilizcesini bilmiyorum, in my mouth, it was not comfortable. So I wanted more rounded, more delicious, with the light and shadow effects, much more iştah açan. So we created Karam. It was also having some holes inside. So apart from creating the form, we also designed the empty areas, the holes. But later, because of the thickness difference, the holes are covered. In the beginning, it was having holes. Later, they wanted us to design for milk chocolate. For milk chocolate, it was every kind of age, and woman and man and young and old people were much more eating milk chocolate. The bitter ones is much more small market, but milk is much longer. But in milk, instead of putting to their mouth and for a long time make it melt, mostly milk chocolate lovers are ısırmak neydi? Chew.
Bite.
Huh?
Bite.
They bite. Instead of melting, they bite. So by thinking this, we also designed that kind of shape. Much easier to bite. For sticks, they wanted us to make a much elegant stick form. This is filled with different tastes also, which was a new technology. We wanted a very elegant, especially women, which are considering the calorie, are using this. It's elegant. We tried to make an elegant shape of sticks. They wanted us to design their petito. In the beginning, petito was having a frame around, and although we learned that young ladies in the universities like this, and they were first trying to eat the corners and then the ears and food and so on. First, we cut out the shape of petito and put a heart in the center, but we learned that later they like the corners also. Now it's being produced with the corner again. We designed for long one to put into the milk and the different tastes with different shapes, and the palms of the panda, and also to Napolitan one for small kids. We designed the face of petito together by holding some different shapes in order to make them learn and surprise the shapes that our petito is holding, like pencil and some bells and some balloon and that kind of stuff. Next, please. And this is holding, playing by ball. This is crunchy version of petito. The previous one. Then they wanted me to design a cracker, which is different from ordinary crackers, by analyzing the machine that cuts the floor. That is very huge area in the production plant. I thought how to do different shapes, and I designed the cutting tool to manage that kind of different shape of crackers. Next, please. And they wanted us to design a very thin, keyfince, but elegant version again, with the creamy taste. And in order to give that kind of light effect, we have that kind of relief, which is carved. Next, please. This was interesting. This is a salt and sweet taste with salty corn items in it. And in order to give the expression of different tastes, salt and sweet, this is a contradiction and confusion between each other. We tried to design a bar as if it's not designed, but randomly, as if it's happened, like a volcano, like a mountain. And we designed that kind of a bar. But because of its taste, there were either lovers or haters. So so maybe it's not so easy to find in the market, but this was very nice product. Next, please. And we also designed caramella. This in order to have the taste inside of the chocolate as caramel taste, we make it bumps like this. Okay, and this is the last product that I will show you. This is with more milk on it. It's milk chocolate, and in order to show the milk and chocolate, two tastes combined together, we made a spiral decoration on it with the rounded form, and it's strange with its form because the form of the item and how to say in between each part, it's an not ordinary
Laminated.
division.
Laminated.
The division of each part. These are 16 parts in the square one, and between each pieces there is we designed also the empty areas. It's not it's very new. I mean, very different
Wow.
from the rest. Yeah, this is the characteristic part. Okay, thank you.
Well, Gamze, thank you for this beautiful and lovely presentation. And I'm sure everybody wants to leave immediately and go to drink record plus eat chocolate. So, my young designers want to learn something related with the how much time you need to design a bottle, the
Good question.
time management of designing an object, mainly a bottle.
Okay, after we get a good brief, because sometimes we cannot get a good brief, sometimes we need to ask lots of questions in order to get the brief. After the brief, we give our proposal, and after our proposal is accepted, sometimes they want discount, and after we agree each other and make our agreement, we start to work and we search for the market, we search for their competitors and the gaps in the market and the trends in the global market. We search for it, and then we make lots of alternatives. It's my character. Instead of one or two or three alternatives, most of the time I present at least 10 or 15 sometimes alternatives to our customers, because there are different routes, different concepts that I would like to show. So in order to, although they give some brief, sometimes we present different ideas from the brief also, and sometimes they accept. This takes at least 1 month, sometimes 3 weeks if they don't have much time. After the agreement, we present approximately in 1 month, and in our agreement we have mostly 3 or 4 stages. The first one was the alternatives of the proposal, the alternative concepts presentation. Later, after our presentation, they select one. If they cannot select, if they want some more alternatives, we do. And after the selection, sometimes they want some revisions. We make the revisions, or we meet with their producer. If it's a packaging design, we meet with their packaging producer and get their critics also. Sometimes they want some revisions. We also analyze their filling machines and labeling machines, because there are lots of limitations in the production of the packaging, and also there are some limitations in the machine assembly line while filling cap closure, closing, and labeling. So we make the revisions and we present the product. Sometimes before this, they want to enter to the consumer research, and it takes time. Consumer research and their reporting and presentation time, it takes at least 1 month. So the best, after the decisions and after this selection and all the revisions, we give all the data that they can produce with the molds, because we give the 3-dimensional data in either in XD format or in step format or IGS format. So with the CAD/CAM procedure, their engineers directly adapt to the molds of the production. And they, for example, in Rocky Bottle, after we give the data, they make the molding data, 3-dimensional molding data, and they produce at least 32. As you know from glass production, you're talking probably this. molds, and they are producing it. So if you make one mistake, and if the molds are producing, millions of mistakes are entering to the market. So the students should be aware of it, of course.
Sure.
And it's so as a product. So the best case, after we start to design, to entering to the market, at least 6 months. Designing procedure takes around 3 months, but producing and so on and entering to the market, at least 6 months. As most of the time, it takes 1 year to enter to the market for a bottle. But the best case was Komili, for example. It was 6 months for PET. For glass one, for the tests, it takes more, 8 months, 10 months.
Exactly. Now I am checking all the questions, and mainly they are asking your advices to find the first step, to find the first customer.
Very difficult question. I think before finding the first customer, they should think about which sector, which area is much more making them excited.
Attractive, exactly.
Attractive, yeah. Because everybody should find out himself, herself first. Of course, it's not so easy, because there are some chances that you can face with, so that you can realize and find yourself. But if you enter to the competitions, if you try to do different products designs for different sectors, you can understand which is much more attractive for you. And then you should create your opportunity by yourself. You should try to meet with someone in that sector. You should try to make a summer practice, or after graduation, you can try also some summer practice again, and you can work in that sector. You can meet with these people in the sectoral fairs. I mean, you should try to show your designs, and you should try to introduce yourself in order to get what you want. I can advise this one. Otherwise, there's not much chance. But it's nice to enter to the competitions and to meet with the people in the award ceremonies, in the fairs, in that kind of medium.
Medium. And one more main question: internships.
Yes.
They are asking, my young ladies and young gentlemen are looking for the place that they want to have their internships. So they are asking, do you accept any intern?
Yes, each year.
Or the procedure, mainly they are asking.
Actually, each year around 30, 40 applications are coming for internship. And it takes so much time to select from the portfolio and so on. First of all, I'm looking whether they really want to be, they are really interested in packaging design, in fast-moving consumer markets, and food design, and that kind of stuff. And I'm trying to look to their portfolio from creativity point of view. I can advise in their portfolio, apart from just showing the nice renders, I want to understand whether they are much interested in research and details to produce for production limitations and so on. So it's better to show also the assembly drawing sections and that kind of stuff too for me. So I'm trying to give opportunity to every school, but it's not sometimes possible. But I'm accepting at least 8-9 person in a year for internship.
Okay. I think I mixed and combined all the questions because there were a lot. Dear Gamze, thank you for
You're
this
welcome.
beautiful and lovely presentation, and I'm repeating my advice. Everybody wants to leave immediately and to drink rakı at latest tonight and eat chocolate. Thank you very, very much for your
You're
cooperation.
welcome. I would like to visit your university one day. I hope.
Of course,
because
of course.
The last time that I was in Cyprus was, as I remember, 1984.
Oh, you are very, very welcome. Let's make an appointment after this presentation to invite you.
Oh, it's great. Thank you very much.
See you.
See you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Çevreni nasıl keşfettiğini hatırlıyor musun? Yaşamın ritmini hissedebiliyor musun? Tüm duyularınla, görerek, yaşayarak, hissederek. Hey, duyabiliyor musun? İçinde başkalarında olmayan bir şey var. Seni sürükleyen ve çağıran bir şey. Şimdi seni çok daha yakına çağırıyor. Her zaman içinde olan o merakı şimdi serbest bırakma zamanı. Artık harekete geçme zamanı. Bu kendini yeniden keşfetme çağrısı işte. Kendini yeniden keşfetmek için, sınırlarını yeniden çizmek için çevrene farklı bir bakış açısıyla bakman gerekir. Aklında çok soru var, biliyoruz. Ama biz sana cevapları sunmuyoruz. Biz soru sormanı teşvik etmek için buradayız. Sorularına verdiğin cevaplarsa seni sen yapanı ortaya çıkaracak. Korkma. Önce sıradan olanı dene, sonra sıra dışıyı. Unutma, yaşamak öğrenmektir. Öğrenmekse yaşamak. Yaşa, öğren. Çünkü bu hiç bitmeyecek eğlenceli bir süreç. Bu senin yolun, senin yolculuğun. Ve sadece her anın tadını çıkarmayı unutma. Gelecek merak edenlerindir. Biz tasarımın yaşamı kolaylaştırmasına ama aynı zamanda onu önemli kılmasına inanıyoruz. Dünyaya benzersiz bir bakış açısıyla bakmamızı sağladığı için sanata inanıyoruz. Daha iyi iletişim kurmak için yaratıcılığa inanıyoruz. Ve yaratıcılık cesaret ister. Aruka'da gelip bizimle deneyimleyin ve yaratıcı potansiyelinizi keşfedin.